Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. Andy swings backwards and flings herself off the monkey bars, her toned body barreling at me like a missile. Her impact with the ground shoots a wave of sand into the air, so massive that it almost reaches my chin. Given the proximity of her landing, I can't help but wonder if this is yet another example of her just being reckless, or rather a display of her precision. And she sticks the disc mount. Woo! Alright, now I'm motivated. You ready to go then, Slim? I figured we'd jog along our normal route. That's good with you. That's fine. I was expecting as much from your message. We don't really have a whole lot of time to mix up our normal routine anyway, right? Yep, sad but true. We'll do just enough to help you wake up, and then that'll probably be it, unfortunately. With this, Andy gives my behind a firm, reassuring slap and begins jogging away. Damn it, Andy, stop doing that. Andy yells over her shoulder as she exits the park. Don't get a big head, it's the only way I can make sure you still have a pulse. If you're mad, then come and get me, nerd. Our route takes us all over the island. Andy, as demeaning as ever, but I don't know. Doesn't get to me as much today for some reason. Naturally, she slows down a little bit as we approach Ashton's house. You haven't met up with him today, right? Maybe he's actually being smart for once and resting up. Andy peeks over the dilapidated fence, staring into the dark grove of palm trees and ferns shrouding Ashton's home. No lights. Come on, Ash, stop doing this to yourself. Don't you want to get better? I doubt he's pushing himself too hard, Andy. His old man's no slave driver. Ash is probably just off doing some harmless with Emil, and I go meet up with him. Right. Of course. He's just hanging out with Emil. Bro time. Got it. Andy slowly shuffles away from the property before forcing herself into a light jog. The gentle plodding of her footsteps soon becomes all I can hear as we push ourselves forward. Forward, and forward, and forward, and forward. Andy and I arrive at a resting point a bit later than we normally do. As I stretch my body against a tree, though, I notice something. Andy, for some reason, looks as though she's about to vomit. Are you okay? Maybe you should drink some water. I'm fine, obviously. I don't need water. I just had trouble swallowing for a second. Come on, we're not stopping here. I don't want to be anywhere near this hellhole. Let's move. I don't have time to respond to any of this before Andy, clearly drained, begins sprinting away from the school. Even though my legs are numb with pain, a strange blend of concern and frustration pushes me to run after her. After what feels like hours, we finally make it back to the park. I find the nearest bench and collapse on it while Andy, unfazed from before, throws her right leg up on a picnic table and begins stretching. Come on, Oliver, we've been over this. If you don't stretch after running, you're going to be sore in the morning. Get up, you need to get in the habit of doing this. Give me a second too, I feel like I put any more pressure on my legs, something's going to tear. That's the whole point, you tear them and they grow back stronger. Man up, this is literally the last thing I need you to do today. Then you can make love to that bench for all I care. But then I'd get a splinter. Get off the damn bench, Oliver. God, you're so freaking stubborn, Andy. I hop over the picnic table and begin stretching my hamstrings. Stubborn is just another way to say tenacious. If I wasn't tenacious, I'd never get anything done. And Andy is just your weird way of saying Angelica. And if you... So, you just called me Angelica? Which tells me you desperately want one more of your bones broken. Now, why is that, I wonder? Do you hate exerting yourself so much that you want me to send you to the hospital? I could just break a finger or two. I don't have to shatter anything vital. Or maybe I'll break your heart instead and tell Judy what a rotten, lazy person you become now that you're leaving us. Or how you told me to go fuck this bench. Oh my god, did you just swear? That's adorable. I didn't know you could do that. I thought it was something reserved for kids who had actually hit puberty. Something you've clearly never been on the internet. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Blah blah blah. 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 The two of us look over each other and begin laughing from deep within our cores. And just like that, the hardened persona of my toughest-nailed coach crumbles under the weight of this absurd little moment. Oh man, oh man. Gonna miss this, damn. You suck, you know that? You suck for making me laugh, you suck for leaving. Hurts, doesn't it? Yep, sure does. Nothing I can't handle, though. Our laughter quiets down, giving way to the sounds of distant seagulls and the hum of vehicles on the road behind us. I don't know about Judy, though. Still not sure if she can handle it yet, to be honest. She's laughed that hard plenty of times. Remember when Ashton got his fist stuck in the mason jar and Emil had to butter his wrist? She almost passed out. No, dumbass, I don't think she can handle you leaving Siren's call. I don't know if she's emotionally prepared for it. Oh. I spend a second or two trying to congregate my thoughts. Well, it's happening regardless. I don't know what else to say. It's not like I'm really prepared for any of it all, myself either. I have a vague idea what it's going to be like. Lectures, crowded cafeterias, gross bathrooms. Those things should be familiar enough. But other than that, I have no clue. Exactly. You get mugged out so they were drugged by one of your doormates just because you snore too loudly. Literally anything could happen. Andy leans her head back and stares into the sky. I guess that's why I'm always pushing you guys so hard. I want to make sure you're all strong enough to handle this shit. But now that one of us is actually leaving, I can't help but wonder if I did enough. Don't worry, I'll be fine. You can't guarantee that. Neither can you. Oh, really? Look at what I've built, Oliver. Do you honestly think anybody's dumb enough to try and jump me at this point? It's a simple fact of nature that if you look strong, then that's enough to scare most people away. And if you actually went half as hard as I did during our workouts, then that should be enough to take care of pretty much anything else they try to do to you. But even with our muses, none of us were tough enough to handle this stuff on our own. I only wish I had a little more time to fix that. Andy turns her head away from the sun and grabs the bill of her hat, clearly awaiting a response. We're plenty strong, though, Andy. We're all still alive, aren't we? Listen here, bench fucker. It's not good enough to just be alive. You need to be prepared for whatever has the power to rip that life away from you. Right. Which reminds me. I know she might have said anything directly, but Judy is obviously expecting you to spend some time with her today. Have you gone and done that yet by any chance? No, not yet. Well, I know what we're doing then. Andy grabs my arm and tries to yank me off the table. Freaking ow. Hang on, we're going to visit her now? You know it. You smell like crap, but you can always wash up in the pool when we get home. I'm sure my sister will be thrilled to see you. Let's go, Slim. We're not getting any younger, you know? There's a part of me that can't resist the pull of Andy's enthusiasm, a small voice in the back of my head urging me to relinquish control and follow her to Judith. It's something primal. I imagine a moth drunk off the glow of a faraway flame. However, wait. Let go of my arm. Let's just wait a second. Like magic, I speak up and Andy immediately releases my arm. I'm not planning on going to see her just yet. There are still some things I need to do in town first. I'm sorry. I leave the park as fast as I can, never giving Andy the chance to respond. Surprisingly, she doesn't follow me as I leave. Watch out, college boy coming through. That's all I am to you people, isn't it? Better not mess this up then, I guess. I find myself at the local library, domain of absolute knowledge as well as a weak, pervasive chemical smell.